the sale price they had.
This. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, is whereas the contractor was explaining the cause for the dump costs in the structure, let's get why. And the beauty with the area, topography, if I may examine it, is on a hill. So I wouldn't expect anything to cause a wet ground or where the moisture is not good for the structure. However, lastly, Mr. Chairman, maybe the contractor can give us tests from the ministry that approves quality of their concrete. Do you have them?
Thank you, sir. For the, you mean test of the concrete? We use concrete for the slabs and for different areas, and all the concrete used at the site, they have the test reports from the labs recommended by the supervising consultants.
Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Chair. Again, back to the contractor about the issue of the dampness of the walls. As she said that it is caused maybe by the open window, I think which is not true. There are many things that causes the dampness, especially the material used in construction and dampness control from the dam cost levels. We said we have the consultant. So far, have you observed that the consultant and explain what is the cause of that problem? Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Chair. Mine goes to the consultant. We expect the consultant to advise on matters of design and even aeration of rooms. When we visited the one called, which you call, you have labeled the city house. Don't you see that it's wastage of resources? You construct a storage building which accommodates only one person. Down, it is a sitting room, then up, only one person, and storage. And you are saying affordable, but with the aeration issues. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Maybe before I allow another hand, I want to welcome the team of students from the Road Development Center. You can stand up and at once for recognition. I'm told they are on their internship, clerkship, from the Law Development Center. You position the camera there. The camera there. Those are. So welcome to Parliament of Uganda. This is PAC, Public Accounts Committee, Cosase, on statutory authorities, state enterprises, and commissions. We are Public Accountability Committee. We base our investigation on the Auditor General's report and submit in accordance with the rules of procedure, the Administration of Parliaments Act, the Public Finance Management Act, the Constitution, among others. So whatever you see here, we have powers over the High Court. So we are proceeding as a court where the rules so permit, and these are not prisoners, we call them witnesses. Welcome to Parliament. Yes, Honorable Naki.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For me, I want to just be interested in the costing for the project. For the smallest unit, like the 90 square meter unit, what is the average cost of construction and what will be the selling price? Because remember, it is supposed to be an affordable project to assist the low-income earners. And then in terms of dampness of the walls, I think this company, they mentioned that they have also done Chigo. I visited one house in Chigo, it had similar issues. So I don't know whether it is the engineering of this company which is not correct or something like that. So
you went there as a buyer or
yes, Actually, as you enter Chico, on your right, you find some houses there. They are really not doing well. So, anyway, that is it. Me, I want to know the costing to see if it is affordable for the average people.
Thank you, Honorable Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm blessed because I visited the ground and witnessed all whatever we are speaking. Chair, we are all concerned about the quality of the work, and we assume either management or somewhere there must be somebody to be taking charge. Because even if there is a contractor and the service providers and what, they should also be monitored. But there are something was pending. Lastly, Chair, there is a word or a term used that these houses are affordable and for low-income earners. I have a question in my mind that low-income earners, are they supposed to be small and short to the extent they can fit in those small places where they are fixed? That's a question which is bothering me.
Thank you. Have I exhausted all the hands? Thank you. Now, back to Nssf. I think the first critical question is, Mr. MD, did you, because you put it at the consultant, did you as Nssf approve the size in issue? The size of the rooms in issue. Did you approve it as Nssf?
The 90 square meters, which is for the smallest home.
Are you saying for you discuss in terms of the entire coverage of square meters?
When you begin to do the budgeting, yes. When you begin to do the budgeting, because the size of a building will drive the type of cost that eventually you end up with.
So as Nssf, you ended on agreeing that they are constructing 90 square meters as the smallest size.
Correct.
The issue of size of bedrooms was not discussed at any level.
No, that would not be at it won't come up my size, but then would expect the consultant as a...
When they make their design, I believe it shows sizes. Was it submitted to Nssf for approval, for processing and approval after making the architectural designs?
It is.
And didn't you look at the size of the rooms?
No, but if the room size, the debate here is whether or not should include the closet or the wardrobe or not. If you look at the measurement as even stated by them, it does meet the standard once you include the wardrobe. Now, there can be a debate on the size of the bed, whatever it is, but it meets the standard as seen. And let me just say...
because even with the standard, we still have an issue. The wardrobe you are referring to is fixed.
Yes.
I would believe it is part of a wall. Now, the remaining part after the wardrobe, I will just believe, maybe I'm wrong. The remaining size after you remove the wardrobe is approximately 6.7.
Sir, when you're in a room and you want to hang your clothes, you're going to find that closet usable.
But is there a room to stand?
Part of it. Yes.
In that small room?
Actually, it is.
We are there with you.
Yes.
We could not even fit.
No. There's something else that
I think because this speaks on the marketability.
Yes.
Whereas you target low-income houses, we agree, and it's good. But how are you going to go to market a house with rooms that can't accommodate human beings?
Actually, sir, the truth of the matter is those rooms are standardized, and I think the consultant mentioned a very key point, and I think I mentioned it when we were out there. Yeah, I think the gentleman, the Honorable raised a question, are affordable people or low-income people short and not big? Actually, that's not the point. The point is, if a room can accommodate a single bed, and a single bed is, I think, 1.2 by 2 meters, it will fit there. Now, me, when I still use a village, even two of us could sleep on a single bed. But nowadays, one person sleeps there. Now, the assumption you make is you want somebody who otherwise would not get into an organized community, at least to have a starting point by ensuring that they can afford that facility that they come in. And remember, it has got a master bedroom which can accommodate a spouse and their partner. They have another room that will accommodate another child if there is. In fact, one of the designs that happened is we could have said, okay, no, let's make 2 rooms instead of 3. But in our culture, that's kind of a bit of an issue because there's a point at which you want to separate the girls from the boys. So if you have one room, and so how are they going to share that? So the point of it, you end up with a smaller room that's still functional and practical and still delivers what we need for our members.
Now, maybe also to capture well, we are concerned over the quality of the rooms, the water rooms. And a member here is saying that the company you gave has another project which he visited and he also remained uncontented. What was the consideration in choosing Henani Group? They say this is their first project in this country. Why would you surrender such a huge project using pensioners' money to a new company? Just give us your position. What was your consideration?
Actually, it's not a new project. If you look at Mirembe Villas is quite a sized development. There are quite a number of units in there that they have. So they've actually shown the experience they have to develop those houses. Yeah, as you build, and that's why you have what's called a defects period, or you have a defect season. As you build, sometimes there are going to be errors and good mistakes, as long as you can catch them and they're fixed, because it's building. And so as long as you have a quality control way that these things can be identified when they occur, then you'll end up with a quality.
Now, who represents Nssf? Yeah.
Maybe on the question that you had just asked, maybe we need to find out the process of procuring the contractor, whether it was through competitive bidding or selective. What was the process? Okay. And that will also be able to guide us on the variations that are happening in the project. Because, you know, when it's selective bidding, it means at times there is conspiracy. So variations will come as and when, because people go to know each other before the process happens. So maybe let's first investigate the process of procuring the contractor.
Yes?
Chair, the process was competitive. It was an open international bidding where several companies expressed interest and they were the best evaluated bidder.
Honorable Chair, to me, I'm saying the contractor, the process might not have an issue, but the issues with these Nssf people, especially the one who's in charge of that project, because they tend to have a consultant or contract, so they are seated in office, they're not checking. I don't believe that this thing could be seen by us all who went there the other day. One day we could see all these things, when for them they're just there. We found a lady there was walking around with us, said they have raised this issue, but what have you done? So, in my opinion, I think MD, you need to have more grip on your people, to be on the ground. The good manager is your shoe, is your leg. Move, get out of the offices, be there. The marketing manager here, sales executive, marketing executive, something. That I'm the one. What are you going to market since those things will show? We market what? You also product that I'm selling. I can't believe. So I think chairman, these people, the contractor, she might be a good person, but for us, we're not minding about what is on the ground. And we need to be serious with our work, save the Ugandans, especially the low income earners. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe I will invite all of you, but you can take, it's a working break. There's a breakfast table on the other side. You are all invited. Contractor, let's point to the questions.
Yes, Chair. I was asked by one question just now. The member of Parliament was asking how many contractors are at the site. We bidded and we were the best bidder, so we are the only contractor for this project. What we are doing is a turnkey project. Turnkey. Turnkey means everything is ready and the residents can shift in with their furniture, power, water, all the facilities, services, including the functional houses.
How far have you gone with improving or making good the defects?
Chair, the defect correction is a continuous procedure. Because the way we push the project, you've seen and you've visited. To be honest, I do believe in terms of building area and the scale, this is the biggest housing estate in Uganda here for 550 units. So we finish batch by batch, and if there's any defects observed by ourselves or by the supervising consultant or by client, as far as we are notified, we keep rectifying them. Thank you.
Now, according to you, is there, in the event that your Nssf, or in the event that you are advised to adjust on the size of the smallest bedroom, is it possible at the state where the construction has reached? And if possible, what would be the procedures of arriving at that in terms of instruction and cost?
Chair, the same as I explained to you when you were inspecting, being the design plus the builder team, we as a builder, the core responsibility is to build as per the approved drawings, to ensure the construction quality, to ensure the compliance of all the procedure and everything. So in terms of the rooms and the sizes, to be honest with you, we as a contractor didn't advise by then. Thank you.
My question is, in the event that they now turn around and advise that there's we make adjustment, I want to learn, is it possible at the stage where the construction has reached? And if possible, what is required?
Chair, I have to be very honest with you. As per what we have reached now, it's not possible because all the structures are done. As per your visit that you've clearly seen that now, we are in the process of installing all the interior sanitary items, lights, sockets, and switches. So the room sizes cannot be changed anymore at this stage. Thank you.
Yes, information.
Yeah, no, just I wanted to say something. One, the contractor is working simply to build. He implements the vision of the client. The client is Nssf, so they are not responsible for the sizes. It is Nssf itself through its consultants that determine the sizes of the buildings. Also, Nssf, I'm sure they must have done a feasibility study before the project was implemented. Maybe you just tell the committee, you give them a copy of the feasibility study that you did for that project. Remember, if you adjust even just 1 square meter in such type of buildings, you actually raise the cost very significantly, that it may not serve the purpose for which it was intended. It was intended for low-income people. Now for us, because of our status, when you look at those rooms, they look very small. But in actual sense, I've seen them on Gava Road here. We have them. People are living in them very comfortably. So, but when you do the analysis based on the way you live in your home, it is not exactly how it should be. So, the Nssf can help the committee with the feasibility study. Then that feasibility study will show the topography, the type of buildings that they are going to have for the different. I've done actually that study myself. I did for a project of Nssf in Rwanda. We did that study. So if you give me yours, I'll be able to know why you did what you have done.
Thank you. Maybe before I pick Martin. I want to learn from the contractor. Be on the record, now that we're in the committee, to tell us the Chinese wording at the entrance. We didn't say any English. What is there? Is it saying it is your project? Nssf is the tenant. So what exactly did you write in Chinese? The entrance.
You asked the same question when you were there. Let me explain it again. The official entrance of this project should be, I do believe, along the Ready Build Up Sentema project. That is, I can't. Discussion of the land issue, which me as a foreigner, I don't really understand, but I understand one thing, that is the road we are using now to construct, we passed through where you've seen our signage. There we put the master plan of the project, who is the client, the contractor, supervisor, consultant, etc., etc. That road, we literally, as the contractor, is borrowing from Z because we are passing through that road.
So go slow, meaning that the access road passes through Nzei. You don't have yet control on ownership over the access road.
No, we are the builder. We are the builder. Yeah, we are the builder. So the entrance you entered from is a temporary one. The Chinese words you were asking is our company name, Henan Guoji, in Chinese character. And on both sides are what we put, security, quality, and safety. Those are the Chinese words. And I remember you told me clearly that you have taken pictures and you are going to ask someone to translate. So you may verify. Thank you.
I want to learn from Nssf, Madam, does this project has an access road? If it passes through the land, which is still in dispute, and we are busy constructing, where will now the tenants pass? It's another big problem. Who was left behind? Who was delegated?
Thank you.
Yes, because now the access road we used is in the land. Where are people going to pass?
So, Chair, we are planning a road that will.
You construct a project for 63%.
No. It's part of the whole.
Who are you, by the way? Who are you?
I'm called Abe Bakayana.
What is your role?
I'm a senior manager, real estate development. Yes. So as part of the project, there is a road connecting off Sentima Road, the one that is being built.
Where? We didn't say another road.
It's I don't know. Do you have the drawings? The design consultant can quickly show the.
You man who was explaining for us the land. There was a gentleman. The land issue, the title issue. So the access road we used. Beyond the record, before you, the access road we used is passed through Nzei's land.
It's not. Honorable Chair, the access road that we used is at the boundary because remember we came up and we had to go to the.
Is it in your land, the land you took, or it is in the land still held on by Nzei?
Chair, from what I saw.
Not C. These are titles.
Oh, the titles, Chair, like I told you.
These are titles, partly transferred into your names.
Yes.
And because we entered where there's the grazing field, and those other houses. The question is, does the road fall within the land? Still, Nzei is holding on.
Chair, like I mentioned to you on the ground, there is a boundary line, so that I believe is plot 12.
Yes, that's plot 12.
Which is in the names of Nssf.
Nssf, but still yes. Held. That's what Nzei Amos is still clinging on.
There is, like I told you on the ground, when we looked at the road. Yes.
Don't struggle explaining.
Chair, I wanted to clarify on that. From the surveys that have been done, it's outside of the land being claimed by Nzei.
It falls where? Because
it falls within the Nssf land.
Now, do you know Nzei's land?
Yes, we do.
How big is it?
It's around 55.
55?
Yes, acres.
But he claims even more. The issue is, it is on plot 12?
Chair, that road is on plot 12.
Yeah, that's enough. If that plot is, that the road is on plot 12, it means the access road is on disputed land.
True.
Chair, the dispute is imaginary because it is not anywhere provided for in the agreement, not even in the MOU. It is an imaginary dispute.
Maybe at that level, but at least for now, we have had the two parties. One saying you either buy the land from me totally, or with so many proposals. So at this level, it's under interrogation. They are not at par. Much as they have documents, they have arbitral word. These ones are saying we are evicting you. So if I call it a dispute at that level, it suffices. Needless to say, now the question of access must be answered. In the event that this land and this issue are not settled, Nssf must have another strategy of creating another access road. Does your land have attached any other road so that in case of dispute you have another alternative? MD. Let's be strategic. You cannot say you are going to insist on a road that passes near that within the disputed plot.
Actually, Ade, please.
Chair, like I was saying, the estate, the entrance of the estate, the main entrance of the estate, the overall, now we're not even looking at phase one, the overall estate, the 3,500 houses, is a road connecting to St. Emma Road. It's from where you saw the apartments.
When you say it is from, are you saying you are planning to place it?
It's part of the design.
It is designed, but not on ground yet.
It's part of the works to be done, is what I'm saying.
Because we are talking about, because we inspected, we wrote to you as Nssf that we want to inspect this project. We went with you.
Yes.
You showed us the road, and we reached together with you.
Yes.
We even insisted that we can't enter until we get a translation of the wording of the offense, which is purely in Chinese, because we had visited Nssf. If your submission relates to what you plan to do, you state so. We are referring to the road, available road, and the available access road.
Okay.
Now, when you give us questionable responses, we also fail to plan. Because in the circumstances that houses are 63, what if this dispute is not settled there and then? There must be an alternative strategy of where and how to access the housing estate. So if there's a plan, you state so that we plan to place an access there. But as we speak now, the access you showed us is this one in the plot 12, and we need the proof that of that.
Chair, I think the consultant came with the drawings, which we are able to share with you that. And that access we used was for the site, access to the site. We normally have access to the site, and when we have one, that we will use to operationalize the estate. So,
please go be on the record.
No, Honorable Chair, when you are before Parliament, here the language to be either you don't or you have. But we think that is either future or past. We can't define it.
So honorable members, we have an access to the site, and we are happy to share. We are happy to share the plans and drawings and everything.
Why did you insist on offering explanation than disclosing what the fact on ground? Is there anything you are hiding? What is the panic for?
No. I thought the misconception was that the
because a road must pass. It doesn't pass from nowhere. We are identifying plots 12. The discussion here has been running around plot 12, where one Amosinze is clinging on the same with his own reasons. And when you say it passes on the boundary, you need to provide an alternative plot that passes in a different plot. That would be the technical answer. Not saying I think it is here, I think. And two, as the way the project is as of now, has no alternative access. But we are hearing from you that you have a planned access.
Yes.
So you must be chronological in your answers and be factual. Don't struggle explaining so that you show it has access. The truth is, as we speak, the available access falls within the land that is still disputed.
Yes.
It looks like a swamp down there, where there is apartments. It looks to be a swamp. So that one is also causing questions because
and when you are constructing, it must show. We need to look at the drawing to see that actually there is another planned access according to the design. Are those available?
Yes, they are.
Come and point at the access. Whenever we see hand, look at it. So, yes, MD. Yes, MD.
Okay. I think the Honorable Lake had raised the issue of the costs. We are still building, but what we think is it will cost us right around 100 million shillings, slightly less by the time they are done. Now, I will not share with you the cost of. I would be preempting the market in terms of what we do. But one thing we know is the intention for that is to make that some of those units very, very, very affordable. And that's, you'll see it when we finally announce the results.
The consultant, let me get for the consultant, what have you advised on the quality of the walls? The watery walls and the works generally. What was your advice to those constructing?
Yes, Chair. Yes, Chair and honorable members. Like we mentioned during the site inspection, that defect had already been notified to the building contractor in writing before the inspection.
Have you availed the committee copy of the same as
Yes.
we saw required?
We reshared that documentation shortly after the inspection on that day.
You shared with the clerk?
Yes, through the client.
I mean, you had to share with the clerk to Cosase.
The client was...
Okay, before you go today, you please avail a copy.
Okay. But just to clarify,
yes,
the defect was on the finish to the walls, the painting finish, not to the structure. And in the comment we pointed out to them, it was to do with the workmanship, the team that applied the finish. Normally when you plaster and paint, you want, one, that the building is fully sealed and that there is no moisture within the room. So what we believe happened is that a team from the contractors may have painted that particular room and it suffered from moisture ingress. So the recommendation is that, one, the room is properly sealed and that they repaint that room. That is the instruction that was given to the contractor.
Okay. Contractor, did you receive it?
Chair, we, as I just have explained, we receive different instructions from our supervising consultant and we attended to them one by one. In terms of this moisture, as the consultant just explained, the proper way to handle such a defect is to first seal the house and then repaint. So that's why we didn't work on it yet, because we are waiting for the glasses to be delivered and then we close the house and repaint. It will be rectified. Thank you.
Okay. I think we are yes, Muzale.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have listened to the ED, but we need to have this information because I've heard of variations on the project. Now, we may need to understand the cost of the entire project of the 550 houses. How much is the project cost? Then two, of course, the project also includes other amenities like roads, power, and so on. That is to the contractor. But we need to ascertain the actual cost of a square meter of the house itself, leaving aside the other amenities that we are talking about, power and so on. We need to ascertain the actual cost of a square meter. I think the consultant, you must be having this information. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, comes back now to how much has been, of course, added to the contract. That is now the variation that has been done right from the project started. How much? Because what if we can get the first question, how much was the project cost? Then we shall be able to know how much you've been able to add the contractor in terms of variations.
Maybe before you answer, 2 minutes to Coach Bob. Thank you. Let's return to business. Yes, the contractor, were your answers exhausted? Do you have a last response on matters raised?
Chair, I'm settled. Thank you.
Yes. We have required that you furnish us some additional documents. I hope you have all. MD, I think you have noted the required documents. We need to be certain on the alternative road. I think what was the design? The design. Now, the alternative road is on which plot? The access road. We want clarity in terms of plot. Existing road, and I think we are in agreement is on plot 12. Now the alternative road, as designed, is on which plot? Have you seen it, or we'll give you time? Yes.
Allow us time to coordinate with them, then we can get where the road is.
You are coordinating with who?
Our team from the real estate, the ones who provided the map to you.
But they have been constructing not knowing where the road will be placed?
No, it's reconciling the placement of the road with the titles.
Yeah, but where else would it be? It had to be with the title.
Chair, please allow us to share. Let's just look at that.
Because the project becomes an issue if there is no access road. Yes, we are pounding money, you are constructing, but again, there is no clearly established and settled access road. When we find that, as it is, that plot 12 has issues yet to be sorted, the access road is very key because it puts on hold every other development. And so we need certainty in terms of, in the event that it can't pass on plot 12, where else is it going to pass? And we also need the certainty that wherever you think it may pass, you have the permits and permission to place a road there. Because if it is on a main road, for example, you need the relevant clearances on how to now introduce a new road. It can't be just a verbal response. And as it appears, we haven't settled on that. So I'll put that matter on hold. And in our next engagement, you must furnish us with the answers and how far you have moved in securing that the alternative road is mapped. And I think such a project requires more than one access road. It is a huge project. I don't know if you designed more than one access road or one.
We designed for more than one.
You designed for more than one?
Yes.
Did you place plot numbers on the design or not yet?
We are trying to get the plot numbers for you. We're opening the document here.
Okay. By our next engagement, we need clarity. Let's move quickly to Uganda Clays. Where is the MD? Before I go to the tower. Uganda Clays.
I am here, Honorable Chair.
Now, first of all, why are you acting, not the MD? You know, Uganda Clays received a facility, a loan facility from Nssf, and it is not fully secured. It was captured by the Auditor General, and that's why we invited you. We made a follow-up visit on the factory. I don't know if we saw the basic operation areas of the facility, but at least we saw some. Now, before I put you on record, where is the MD for you to be acting?
Good question, Honorable Chair. With me is our company secretary, Mr. Mathias Nalianya. I'll allow him to respond to that question. Thank you.
So, colleagues, we're interrogating Uganda claims because among the audit queries, Nssf extended a loan facility of how much billion? 20 billion. And this facility was partly secured and partly unsecured. Now we come in the interest of the pensioners, the savers. We want to certain that the money is safe. But the entity where they invested as an acting MD. So, company secretary, why isn't he full? Or
thank you, Honorable Chair and members. The contract of the previous MD expired at the end of January this year, and it was not renewed. So the board appointed Mr. Jones Muhumza as acting MD with effect from 1st February 2026. And currently there is a process underway by the board to appoint a substantive MD. In fact, this morning from 10 a.m., the committee responsible has been holding a meeting, and one of the items was the appointment of an MD. We did not appear there because we thought that matters of this committee take priority, so we came here. But the proceedings are ongoing by our representatives. Thank you.
So they are conducting interviews?
They are not conducting interviews. They are handling a process for appointing an MD, a preliminary process.
Okay.
Yes.
And the former MD, did he go in peace or he also ran to court?
He went in peace. His term was a 5-year term, and it ended on the 30th of January 2026. Both him and the board reached an agreement not to renew the contract. So
now,
he left.
Why don't you offer Nssf security for the money advanced to you?
Mr. Chairman and members, the company already offered security in the form of 4 titles. That loan, Mr. Chairman, as a background, was secured for the construction of the company's factory at Kamonkoli. That is in eastern Uganda, some 5 or so kilometers outside Bale city. So the titles that have been offered to the Nssf to secure the repayment of the loan are the titles for that factory. The other titles of the company for its land here on Ntebe Road are with the Housing Finance Bank as security for another loan. That loan for Housing Finance will expire in 2028. We are aware that there have been concerns about whether the security, the titles of Kamonkoli are sufficient to secure the loan. We are aware of that. The company is aware. One of the proposals is that once the housing finance loan is fully repaid, some of those titles could also be given to National Social Security Fund in addition to the 4 titles that they already have.
Maybe, Councilor Nalianya,
yes,
just a quick one on that. You mentioned that the titles being, which are in Housing Finance Bank, which are securing another loan, it's running out sometime in 2028.
Yes, Honorable.
Maybe if we could get the exact date, that is the first one from me. Then 2, you also mentioned that they could be given to Nssf to I think for the purposes of our committee, we would want some bit of certainty, because what the Auditor General raised was asking you, not you personally, Uganda Clays, to provide more security to secure because there's a big part of the loan which is unsecured, which of course leaves the Nssf in a vulnerable position. So what should be preoccupying Uganda Clays now would be how can we provide more security to cover up for the gap, either through those particular titles when they are released from a housing finance bank or any other, because that would be what is preoccupying you, and that is for our interest as a committee. And from Uganda Clays, what we want to hear is how do we answer this query, because the General raised it as a very, very important query, and that's what the management, I'm sure, I don't have instructions to speak for them, but I'm sure that's what they would want, that how do we get more cover for that loan?
And maybe as you answer it, in our oversight, you mentioned about your proposals and readiness on how to make good the loan even before expire of the loan period. Could you now substantiate for us any such arrangement and justify that is possible and tenable?
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Chair and the Honorable Vice for the queries. One, the Nssf, the Housing Finance Bank loan, the repayment is on course, the company is on schedule, and it will be fully repaid by the end of February 2028. Whether the company shouldn't give additional security to the Nssf now, Chair and members, all the company's titles for all its properties are mortgaged, the 4 to Nssf and the ones around Kajansi to housing finance. So the company does not have currently any other titles to give as security. But the company is committed to giving additional security once the titles with the Nssf are released at the end of the loan tenure in February 2028. Now, about repayment of the Nssf facility. There is an agreement to start repaying the loan from 1st January 2028, but the company is not going to wait until that date. The company is going to make proposals to the Nssf to start repaying that loan with effect from October this year, 2026.
When are you making such proposal?
Now,
a bit wait there.
So now, Mr. Chairman and members,
wait. We accept the facts.
There is a body committee meeting on a Thursday. The committee responsible for finance. There is a paper.
So
already.
you are responding.
Yes.
And briefing us in anticipation of a meeting.
The company management has submitted a paper
yes.
to the board finance committee containing proposals to start repaying the Nssf loan with effect from October.
When you say management, you mean what?
Management meaning the MD, the financial controller is here. They have submitted a paper to the board, which
yes.
is going to be considered on Thursday, 20th. And that committee will send a
that is this week?
Yes.
Yes.
And the full board is sitting next Wednesday on the 26th.
Yes.
And that is one of the business that will be considered in that board meeting, what installments to propose to the Nssf for the start of the repayment of the loan with effect from October. But the commitment to start repaying in October is there.
Paying how much?
The installments are contained in the proposal to the board, but since the acting MD is here, he can answer that.
Could you avail us your working paper that has proposals to the board.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. That was availed, the working paper.
It was availed?
Yes.
Clerk, do you have a copy of that?
It does.
Do you have an additional copy?
But most importantly, for Uganda clays, what happens is that if we accelerate,
is it your practice that the document is not signed?
I don't know about that document. I don't know about that document, Chair.
It is a comprehensive.
But the one we availed, I'm sure.
It is a comprehensive NSSF loan repayment and debt servicing plan.
Yes, they just gave you a copy, Chair. But the one we availed,
the one you availed?
Yes, we forwarded the documents that were requested for. Anyway,
you availed to who?
He's called Yoweri, one of the clerks.
You come and sign this copy, then is what we also accept
Okay,
it.
we'll do that.
You first come and sign. Because.
So, Chair, what I was saying, he's picking it. Thank you.
Okay.
What I was saying, it is in the interest of Uganda clays.
I want to see you signing.
Yes, I'm going to sign, Chair.
You come and sign.
Okay.
No, let him come. I want to see him sign. He must own the document. Why do you fear to sign it? Yet you want to speak referring to it. You can borrow a pen from Nssf. He has one. Yes. You sign all the pages. Okay, one copy is enough. We can do. You know what? You leave the second copy, but signing is okay for one copy. Don't worry. Clerk, you will receive the signed copy. So I'm seeing in their draft the payment plan, they are saying the current NSSF obligation, outstanding NSSF loan as of July 2026 is 25.52 billion. Is the figure accurate, MD?
It is, Chair.
Not to you. Now the MD
Let me
NSSF.
find out from my CFO. Yes, they confirm the figure is correct.
The figure is correct.
Yes.
So they are proposing a forecast balance by October 2026 of 26.40 billion. Repayment commencement 1st January 2028. Expected final payment July 31st. And I'm seeing monthly payment provision 2026. They are proposing 100 million annual. Okay. Proceed.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. So it is in the interest of Uganda clays to accelerate the debt repayment. The reason being that if we honor what we've given you or what I've signed, we should expect to have a saving of 10 billion on interest. And we should also be able to resettle that loan by 2031 instead of 2034. Thank you.
So instead of 2034, you want to pay it fully by 2031. Now, apart from this, what any proof of your readiness to execute this beyond the pending approvals?
Thank you, Chair. That's a very good question. Good enough you visited the plant, the Cosase plant with the other honorable MPs. And most importantly is that productivity has increased, has improved. There's market growth.
How would you assess that has improved? Use figures.
Yes, unfortunately, Chair, there's information that I can't give you, which is material non-public information. Reason being is that we are listed as Uganda Clays. And however, we should be releasing our results very soon, and you'll be able to see those numbers soon.
Okay. In terms of security, okay, here you are committing to pay. In terms of security, any possibility of offering Nssf additional security for the loan?
So just to rectify on the issue of security.
Where are the other titles?
Yes. Our company secretary mentioned that all our titles are with one of the banks. However, we should be able to pay this amount of money as I've given you in that plan that we've given you. The other thing is that by 2028, which is early 2028, we also agree as Uganda Clays to offer our land as security or pledge it. But I also wanted to mention, Chair, that if you look at note 34 of the financials, 2025 financials, you will find that the land or the property in Kamonkoli is currently at 23 billion. When we got into this contract, when we got into the agreement with National Social Security Fund, which is Nssf, at that time, that amount of collateral or security was sufficient. So out of the 25.6 billion, which is, let's round it up to 26 billion, we're only left with about 3 billion that is not secured. So that is 3 out of 25, which is not significant.
Anyway, your figures don't have backup evidence. They are just entertaining as well. But let me open up here.
Thank you, Chair.
Let me open up here. Yes, Honorable Naki.
For me, in this matter, I'm a bit conflicted. Mr. Jones is actually my OB and my good friend.
Now you have nothing to
And no, I just wanted to comment.
Who is your OB there?
You have nothing to comment now.
The managing director.
He's not the company owner.
He's not a company owner, but I wanted to thank him because I read the report.
Don't thank him. Yes, Honorable Secretary.
We'll wait for the Alumni Association.
Honorable Chair, so I think as we are here to see how to move forward, I think it's just a lesson, I think, that if there is any business to be transacted, there are certain precautions we must follow. We cannot just first error and then we do the right thing. Then you are setting a bad precedent. And to my concern, Chair, our brother there is in acting capacity. He could be having all these good plans and is not confirmed.
Are you saying they should confirm here?
No, I am not saying so. No, my worry is.
We task the company secretary.
Yeah, my worry is.
Company secretary, is your contract safe?
Yes, because we're dealing with you and at the end.
The company secretary.
Yes.
What?
Mr. Chairman and members, Mr. Muhumuza has been appointed acting MD. According to his contract, he has full authority as the CEO of the company. But also, his substantive position is head of finance. So, in both capacities, he really has power to bind the company. Even if tomorrow he is not MD, that document is still binding on the company, and the company will, of course, make sure that those commitments are fulfilled. Mr. Chairman, I submit. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Honorable Bruce.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to thank the team from the Auditor General for raising this matter, but also to appreciate that there is work going on between Nssf and Uganda Clays. And Chair, as a member of this community, I also know that the products from Uganda Clays are fair, advanced, and having a good market share. So let's hold them on their promise, Chair, and wait for when the board will make a conclusive decision. Because for now, we are speculating and anticipating. We could task that when the board finally decides, their decision is communicated to Nssf in time, but also the committee gets a copy to know how to report about this query when we are making a report to Parliament. I submit, Chair.
Thank you. So I think MD, any quick response on whatever has been raised? There is a fear that maybe if you are not renewed, now all these good plans will vanish. Number two, it is anticipation that maybe it may be approved or not. Even you are a bit reserved on your responses that you are a listed company, and we are also here insisting you must tell this committee and be assertive to this committee as to how the Auditor General's query will be rectified in line with either offering security or payment in full of all the money advanced to you from Nssf.
Thank you, Chair, Honorable Chair, and Honorable Members of Parliament. I can categorically and certainly say we'll pay this money. The bad press you've heard about Uganda Clays in the papers, we've turned the corner. Good enough you've seen our 2025 performance. We're ensuring that it's sustainable. And most importantly, to also thank Nssf for being gracious to us and giving us breathing space. If you're not Chair and Honorable Members, from 2015 to 2025, one, Nssf had no security and there was no interest. Interest had been frozen. So at 20.6, we moved from 2015 to 2025, and the loan was still frozen at 20.6. However, the Nssf management, I would say, pulled the master stroke and requested, one, for security, and also reinstated interest. One, what that means is that workers' money or members' money is protected and saved. And most importantly, what we should be noting is that Nssf, or Uganda Clays for that matter, has not written off that amount. The payment hasn't been written off. It has just been deferred until when we paid. So in conclusion, I'd just like to reiterate that we will pay this money as Uganda Clays. Thank you.
Thank you. MD, connect the dots. Uganda Clays is committing. Security, they have no alternative title. They say their title, the other title is in the bank, another bank. They plan, according to them, to pay, but that one is not yet backed up with evidence. It's a strategy. The Auditor General has raised a query against you as an Nssf. A taxpayer in Uganda remain concerned with our money return. You may pronounce interest and fail to pay the interest for a saver. Now, try to connect and give us a position.
Just as an update on what was in the audit report. If you remember, the audit report had a valuation number, which was, I think, the last valuation that had been done on the Kamonkoli property was around 2022. Based on the report of the MD, that valuation, the updated valuation for that property is now 23. So the gap between the loan and the valuation of the property has narrowed to 3 billion. And I think I'm comfortable with that. One, because we came from a position where this loan was never secured.
MD, we don't trust the mathematics of Nssf. What could have occasioned the increase in the cost and the value of Kamonkoli land? Because now we don't want to rely on and backed up mathematics. Who said that the value has increased and on what basis?
By the time the auditor picks it up in the report, there's a bit of reliance to know that they didn't just pull it out of the air, but they had evaluations done that would support that number, because if they don't, it becomes a problem for the auditors themselves. And I think the thing that even as the owners of various pieces of land has a way of natural appreciation, because land is a finite community. We are not creating any more land, and yet we are becoming more and more wanting to rely on that land. That by itself creates pressures on the value of the land to go up with time.
Thank you. Now, of course, we shall further interrogate that matter as and when we have more follow-up facts. Lastly, the contractor for Pension Tower. The company name is CR. Please access the microphone.
CRCEG, China Railway Construction Engineering Group. Thank you.
China Railway Construction Engineering Group. Thank you. Colleagues, we also inspected the ongoing works. It appears a sizable building. Only that we had concerns to do with the parking space, the size of parking, the time the project has taken, the changes in contractor. I think it was formerly by local construction. Do you have someone from local construction?
No, sir. They did not make it.
Okay. We have now the new contractor, China Railway Construction Engineering Group. And I think part of the question was to do with the parking. They planned the parking space. You briefed us that you are looking at group, is it Group A? Class A of the type in terms of office space. So we want to learn, first of all, why the project has dragged on. Why the project has dragged on. When did you start construction as China?
Honorable, the real construction work started February of 2019.
February 2019. We were given how many years?
The original contract is for 3 years.
3 years. Now you are in how many years?
So right now we are counting 7 years.
And when do you plan to finish it?
We're planning to complete it in the 31st of January of 2027.
And those will be how many years?
That is about 7 years.
About 7 years.
Yes.
How many? But now it is 7.
Yes, 7. Yes, about 7.
Have you got clearance for those? Did you have variations on the record in terms of period?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
MD, why is the project dragging on?
If we take it from Feb 2019, because that's when substantive work actually does start. As you may recall, and I know many times, Honorable Member, when we mentioned this, COVID hits the country March 2021. And that basically, as you know, however much construction was going on, it created a pace of construction that slowed it down. So just the 2 years that the country is dealing with COVID, there's substantial slow in the time that the work has to be done. And then there were a bit of changes that were made in the structure to do certain things that we wanted to do, especially to making it the type of building that we believe it is going to be. That kind of has taken time to bring it to bear.
I think I'm going to put on hold this matter. I want to appoint a small team, ad hoc team, committee. Dr. Batua, do I put who? The technical people. Want to first study these extensive documents about the pension tower. Where is volunteering? Mozale, Dr. Batua. And Naki, I want to put you because you said your hobby is in the other company. Oh.
you need to first declare you have no OPC.
Secretary, want it to be a big team. Okay, let me have Secretary Eco, Batua, Martin, and Olibonaki. Dr. Batua, you lead that team. Study extensively this patient tower project, and in our next meeting on Monday.
Okay.
You don't ask, you have been put on the team.
No, there is something I need to be.
If it is about patient tower, I want to put it on hold.
No, not to that.
Okay, let me first pronounce on this.
Because you may
so let them study. We shall come with and have an extensive overview of the entire project, so that we align well. The question is quite a sizable project. We need to interrogate based on facts. Of course, when we visited it, we had a reservation. Given this background, we didn't enter, and it was on the side of caution. But we understand that the team on ground, the CRG, must have done commendable work. So we need to appraise ourselves with the progress so far, based on the record. Please access the relevant records, and we see how best to proceed with a thorough discussion over this particular project. And yes, Honorable Secretary.
Chair, I don't know whether you're about to close the meeting, but my concern is about Nssf in its operation, Chair. We are now started seeing some loopholes where and there. So I think there is a gap which need to be handled. To that extent, Chair, there are some people who are supposed to remit the Nssf funds to Nssf, but it is stated that if you are big in this country, for you, you are at liberty not to effect payments. I'll highlight one. Simba Telecom is sending away people from work, and they are not remitting the funds to their people who have been working with. But they are saying you are under certain arrangement so that they can operate like that. So, Chair, it is painful.
Do you have evidence?
I have. Even the names of people.
What we do,
even I have names of people
what we do, we don't want to be subjective on one company.
Yes.
We prepare your research well. Avail the clerk. Let's forward to them. They come ready to respond on that. Let's handle that on Monday.
Chair, you have not given me time.
I've seen where you're going. Because we have the OT report. Yes. We have the responses the Nssf offered. And today we haven't interrogated them. Yeah. We started with these contractors to set them out of the way. Then we remain with Nssf over the several observations and other issues that are specific for them. So today we concentrated on their contractors and these projects. Let's handle that, because we are left with only one item of the tower, and then the Nssf over their own responses. I think that falls within it. Let's handle that on Monday afternoon, meeting adjourned. You can go for a lunch break at 2 p.m. We shall be back with the Uganda Human Rights Commission.
Oh. Okay,